Happening now, breaking news, strong storms hammering the Houston area. This video sent to us from a viewer in Katy, where you can see a small pile of debris on the ground as well.
And oh, what a mess for drivers as the hail is also hitting. This is a look along 59 near Sugarland just after 4 o'clock this afternoon.
And take a look at this high wind sweeping through the rodeo, sending sheets of rain into NRG Arena, even blowing things across the ground. This video comes courtesy of our partners at Saltwater Recon. The Rodeo Carnival is now shut down for safety reasons due to the weather.
Lightning also a factor tonight. Check out slow-mo of this huge strike caught on camera at the Palace Social Bowling Alley and Restaurant in Bel Air.
At last check, there are still ground delays at both Bush and Hobby airports.
Fortunately, there's some good news here. There are no reports of injuries anywhere across the Houston area. Live team coverage tonight, beginning with Chief Meteorologist David Paul. David, who's getting hit the hardest right now? How much longer is this going to last?
There are two storms that are severe right now in our area. Let me show them to you. First of all, Harris County, that thunderstorm right here. This is a new severe thunderstorm warning for this one near Baytown and Mont Belvieu, in effect till 6:45, so about another 45 minutes. Harris County, Chambers County, Liberty County. This one is moving east at about 30. Right here where the purple is over Coda, you can expect pea to nickel-size hail. That's going to split the uprights between Baytown and Mont Belvieu as it heads east. What about Energy Park and the rodeo? They're getting light rain. I'm told only the outdoor carnival events have been shut down. Everything else is a go, everything. This is another severe thunderstorm now. This is in effect till 6:30. This is Brazoria County. There's 288, Bonnie to Angleton. The lightning strikes in that storm alone, 702 in the last 10 minutes. And this one is racing southeast toward the coast. I see that's a new warning for the Galveston coast. And so meteorologist Chris Ramirez, you've been tracking these. When is this thing going to reach the coast? What's the timeline?
Yes, we are seeing that storm activity heading towards and barreling towards the Galveston area there. As we go into the next hour, we're expecting that to remain hit the Galveston area at least 6:51 p.m. Brazosport 6:39, Hitchcock at 6:26. 6:13 Lake Jackson, as you're able to see the stronger activity just to the northwest of Danbury. And so there's another area that is also severe warned that is up to the east of the Houston area. This severe storm is expected to head off towards the northeast, expected to reach Mont Belvieu at 6:17, Old River Renfrey at 6:24, 6:36 Moss Bluff. As we look at that future track, we are expecting this to wrap up in the next 30 minutes to an hour. We're still going to continue to see some storms along the coastal areas by the 7 o'clock hours, but we are expecting it to diminish as we get closer towards 8 p.m. Back to you.
Chris, thank you. As the storms roll through, you need to stay home and off the roads if possible.
That's right. Sherman Chow is out on the road, so you don't have to be if you can avoid it. It's been a slow go, to say the least, Sherman.
It has indeed, and we are just turning onto Kirby Road here in front of NRG because of all the rodeo traffic. We wanted to give it a check out, so I'm going to give you a live look here as we try to make our way through. So the rain has largely stopped, just a little bit of sprinkling, but as you know, rodeo traffic on a good night is quite a mess. Thanks to all the rain, everything is really slowed down and backed up, but maybe you can see some of the foot traffic here on our road cam there to the left of your screen. People sort of walking from these remote parking lots trying to get towards NRG, Jonas Brothers, and all the festivities tonight. So the good news is the weather looks like it has largely blown through, and folks are slowly but steadily trying to make their way in towards NRG Stadium, as are we. Guys, back to you.
Sherman, glad to see things are starting to ease up a bit out there. Thank you.
Now to Jason Miles. Jason, you've been checking out street flooding in downtown.
That's right, guys. We actually started on I-10 heading toward downtown from the 610 loop and mostly encountered rain and a lot of lightning in the area, but no hail as far as we've seen. We're now in downtown at an intersection prone to some flooding. This is Fannin at Lamar. You see an emergency vehicle making it through with no problem. Some cars with not as much clearance. It's a little hairier. The best advice is to not try and go through high water if you are in doubt at all. And as far as cars being stalled out and things like that, we really haven't noticed any at this point. We do see the classic water coming up through the manholes as all of this rain makes its way to Buffalo Bayou. But as you can see, just like that, we're back into roads that aren't creating any problems right now. We'll continue to keep an eye on things here in downtown Houston. For now, we'll send it back to you.
And always trouble spots in parts of downtown when the heavy rain comes like we've seen tonight.
Meanwhile, Adam Bennett, he's on the roads as well. Adam, what are you seeing from your vantage point?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is probably the lightest rain we've seen in the last 3 hours or so. We were on 290 going all the way up to Waller, came all the way back into the inner loop. Now we just got on the 610 north loop from Katy Freeway. So kind of headed towards some of those clouds that are still lingering off in the distance. Seen a few lightning strikes, some light rain. But overall, things are pretty good here. It feels like it's starting to move out. Roads are a little slick, traffic a little slower than usual, beyond just what you normally see in rush hour. But so far, it has been passable. We haven't really seen any street flooding out here, but we're going to start, or rather continue, heading towards some of those clouds in the distance just to see if we can catch anything. But if you're up here in kind of the Timber Grove Heights area, northwest Houston, things are looking overall pretty good here. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Adam, thank you. Stephen Gaughan was covering breaking news this afternoon when these storms hit.
He is in the Museum District. Stephen, what are you seeing there?
Well, a lot lighter rain at this moment, but it was a lot heavier earlier in the day. We were fighting our umbrellas there for a moment, but it's calmed down for now. We were right next to the Houston Zoo in a parking lot, and even though the zoo closed right as we were coming on the air at 6, you might expect to see a few more people here kind of lingering and leaving had it not been for the rain. But moments ago, we did see a long line of people, slowly trickle out of here. We spoke to them. They said they were trying to escape the downpour that we saw. But right now, it's a lot more calm. I think we're getting just a little bit of a drizzle here towards the end of this storm. Back to you.
Good to see things tapering off a bit there. The weather creating a wild scene at the rodeo. We showed you earlier, high winds blowing things around inside NRG Arena.
Quite a scene. As we said, the Rodeo Carnival is shut down, but the Jonas Brothers concert still set to take place tonight.
Zach Tautari is live at NRG Park with the latest on the situation there. Zach.
Well, it's a much different scene here now, guys, than it was about an hour and a half ago. You see those sheets of rain earlier giving way to some clearer skies, and we do have an update on those carnival rides. Most of them are actually either reopened or reopening right now. We came down here to get an interview with the legendary rodeo barrelman Leon Coffey, but instead we want you to check this out. Look at this video sent to us from a viewer. This is the carnival section of the rodeo. That was about an hour and a half ago when those downpours started. And then KHOU photojournalist Ryan Phillips capturing these images of people running for cover and the rain coming down pretty hard. The rodeo tells me as of now, again, the only part of the rodeo that was closed, those carnival rides, but now the majority of them reopening. Grand Entry, that will also be affected because of the weather. It will be condensed, but the rodeo will start on time. And as of now, the concert, they say, the show goes on. And of course, they want you to plan, they want you to be smart, and bring an umbrella, they say, if you can. From Rodeo Houston, Zach Tautari, KHOU 11 News.